Back in 2022, opening day, I had an encounter with a deer that was probably a good two-year-old, 2.5-year-old. But this deer came in at my 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, right, as I was in the stand, and I could not get around to get a shot, and I had this deer at 10 yards. He had no idea I was there. It was great, and it wasn't until I kept moving and trying to get myself into position that he actually saw me. He never winded me because I had the wind was where I was facing. I was facing south. That wind was coming out of the southwest. He was coming at me from over my right shoulder, from the northwest. And so it was going to take him. He would have had to cross behind me, and he wasn't going to cross behind me. He was coming right. West of me. He was going to follow this trail west of me, and I could not get around to get a shot. So what I want to do here today is I'm going to try to replicate that shot and see if I can't practice a few times. Okay, so being new to saddle hunting, still. I really didn't have an idea as to how I could get myself across. And then that 2022 season, it was, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was 2022, I believe it was. It might have been 2021, but anyway. The following February at the Great American Outdoor Show in Pennsylvania, I ended up getting to see at the tethered booth. Carl was there, and he showed me the way that I should be approaching that 4:30, 5 o'clock shot, right? Over here, over my shoulder here at about 5 o'clock, I got a target set up. It's at 16 yards. So well within range of being able to hopefully get around, right? So basically what Carl said to do, right, is he said what I should be doing is trying to let myself get down here with my knees. Bring my knees this way, use the tree as my balance point and get to here, right, which I was not able to do at that time. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to try to do that now, right? So it is a lot of movement, but I think it's a movement that is that's doable, even being right there, even with just that 16-yard shot. So I have the bow here. Take the bow off the hanger and connect it in. So what I would like to do is get in here, slide myself around. I've got a good side pressure here. Come up. And we should be able to go right like that. Now this was a shot that I couldn't make the other day. I mean that on that particular day, opening day, had been sitting in the stand since about 3:30, and that deer came in at probably 2 minutes to 7, right? And I had low light. We had, it was just getting down to the last few minutes of daylight, and I just couldn't figure out how to get into this position to get that shot, and that deer actually finally ended up seeing me move, and just kind of, he couldn't smell me, so he was just kind of like, all right, I'm out of here, and he just kind of walked away. So I'm hoping that if I can practice this way, right, out of the saddle, and we do some good practicing multiple times and maybe get up a little bit higher. I'm only about 2 feet off the ground right now, but this is something that I need to really get better at, and that is practicing from where I'm going to be shooting from. So let's go take a look at that, see what that looks like. So here we are with that deer, okay, with that target. All right, and like I said, that's 16 yards out of the saddle. I'm a little high. My trajectory is actually a little bit more flat from that position, as opposed to if I were going to be elevated in the tree stand. So if I had been elevated a little bit higher in that tree stand, right, my shot placement probably would have been a lot better than where those arrows ended up. Although, you know, that's not bad for a little bit of practice on just a nice day here that we're just trying to get a little bit of practice in the saddle. We'll move the target around. We'll do a little more shooting.